Hey everyone, I'm speaking on the topic of leadership and what it means to lead by example, no matter where you are or what you are doing. My definition of leadership is a skill that gives someone the ability to lead, influence, and guide others in every situation. Being a leader builds your character. It doesn't build your character, but it shows others what you're capable of, no matter if it's in the workplace getting a job or at school applying for scholarships. It's all about leadership and the leadership roles that you play on a day-to-day basis. Me personally, I believe that everyone should think more about being a leader, especially when you're at school around other students, because there's always one person that is watching you and watching the way that you do what you do. So always choose the right thing. The sources that you will hear me quote today and cite from today is thegrowthfactory.com, mindtools.com, medium.com, and studygroup.com. Please listen as I inform you on the importance of being a leader and how it affects those around you. To start off, I'm going to be talking about the tension that being a leader brings. It's always hard and it's tough. When being a leader, it comes with a lot of consequences. When you're nervous about something, when you get out on stage, no matter if you're at school, at work, at church, and you get on stage, you always get that nervous feeling. Well, being a leader is just like that. It's just tough to do the right thing sometimes, but you always have to remember that at the end of the day, all of it pays off. The work that you put in, it always has a better outcome. So it's always tough, and you can always have pressure on yourself. You're always pressuring yourself to do the right thing. Like, I don't know what's going to come out of it, but always remember that the actions you do today will affect the outcome of your tomorrow. Always remember that. In the article, How Leaders Affect Those Around Them by Bob Anderson, he talks about when you're a powerful leader, people will know it as soon as you walk into a room. It's like something changes. He talks about the importance of being a leader and how it can affect those around you. It's always important to, when you walk into a room, set a vibe that everybody will know. Everybody will look at you and say, he is the leader. I can just tell by the way he's acting, the posture, your confidence in yourself. If you're not confident in yourself, there's no way you're ever going to lead other people, because that's just something it's real important. Confidence is so important. When you enter a room, people automatically will know if you are a good leader just by being positive, uplifting, that vibe that you bring into the place. You set an atmosphere. When you walk into the room, you set the atmosphere in that place. In the same article, Bob Anderson he says, leaders bring the weather. That is when a great leader walks into a room, everyone is on notice and everyone notices it. That's something that when you walk into a room, it's like a weather. Just like what Bob Anderson states, a weather is like you walk into a room, everyone notices you. Everyone notices. If you didn't have good posture, if you didn't have good confidence, if you didn't bring uplifting vibes, no one would notice. So you'd just be like another person that you pass by in Walmart. In the article, How Leaders Affect Those Around You, it states that being powerful leaders' mood is an important trait for great leaders. It's always good to have a powerful, uplifting mood. Everybody goes through moods. It's common. Everyone has a mood, whether you're happy, sad. It's when you go into a workplace and you see your boss and he's in a bad mood, you automatically know that, stay away. You know what I'm saying? It's just stay away. You don't want to be affected by the attitude that he brings. You set the mood. When your boss walks into a room and he's happy, he's joy, he's just overwhelmed with positive, uplifting vibes, you know that he's a good leader and he's about to get something done. On the other hand, if he walks in and he's mad, he's sad, he's just down, you just know that it's just not a good vibe and you're not motivated to do anything. The article relates a lot with the workplace. And just like what I said, when your boss walks in, he's leading other people. He's leading his employees. So when they show their moods, that will determine the moods of everyone else around them. If he's sad, everyone else is going to be sad. If he's happy, everyone's going to be happy. It's always about the mood. No leader has to say anything for others to react. It's not about what you say, it's about what you do. A lot of leaders, they focus more on their actions because other people will look at you and they may not be hearing what you're saying if they're afar. But the way that you act, the things that you do, the actions that you take day by day, people are watching those and they will reflect off of your actions more than your words. Other people respond to how a great leader acts rather than what the leader says. No matter if you're in a workplace, if you're at church or at school, it's always more about what you're doing. If you're in a meeting and you stand up, yeah, others will listen to what you say and will be like, wow, his voice, the way he portrays his words is really important. And that will take from them, like pastors. You listen to pastors and you're like, wow, look at the way he's talking. It's just real uplifting and inspiring. But if you see people go out and physically do something, they're helping others, they're doing a good deed, an act of kindness, that makes me want to go do something like that. It's all about the actions rather than the words. Words mean a lot, but actions mean more, in my opinion. As I mentioned before, being a leader creates good character for you and for those around you. The next thing that I will display to you is why being a leader is important, and I will be quoting from mindtools.com. As I was reading mindtools.com, I started thinking about when I was 17. When I was 17, I got the chance to be a leader. I had the leadership role that I could lead students younger than me that has lived a life that I've lived before, so you never know what someone may be going through. So you could be that leader in their life to guide them on the right track instead of going down the wrong track. And that just always, when I was reading Mind Tools, it was real uplifting. It started getting me thinking about my past and where I came from and what created the leader that I am today. And in that article it states, leaders help themselves and others to do the right thing. They set direction, they build an inspiring vision, and create something new. Leadership is like the mapping out where you need to go to win. You always want to win. You always want to achieve. You always want to jump over any obstacles. You just want to go to that winning point. But the only way to win is to lead along the way. You have to grow. It's all about the growth. The article also states, a compelling vision provides the foundation for leadership. But it is the leaders. It's not about whether you win or lose. It's about the leadership and the leaders that you become along the way. It's the ability to motivate and inspire people to help deliver that vision. If you come out and you just tell people like, hey, you need to do this, you need to live like this, it's kind of hard when you do that because you have to lead by example. It's the actions that you take. When you set examples for those around you, you may not have your life together with no struggles, but there may be others watching you and they're living their life and others copying the way you do. If they copy you, you have to always make it where they want to do good. You always want to live your life so other people can look at you and they want to live your life. If you're not living good, you don't want people to be living your life because they're going to go on the wrong track just as well. The last aspect that I'll be talking about is taking all that we have learned and applying it to your life. Being a leader is something that will better your life, and it can be something that you can share with others who wants to be leaders. In the article, The Struggle, and it's also the article, The Startup. There's the struggle and there's the startup. The startup is on medium.com. John C. Maxwell states, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. It's always important to go the way, show the way, and that knows the way. It's like you're wise, you're going there, you're determined, and you're also leading others, and you're showing everybody where to go. It is so important to take what you learn from being a leader and applying it to your life. This could be at home, at school, or even in the workplace. Being a leader is a trait that is helpful everywhere you go. In conclusion, I want everyone to consider stepping out of your comfort zone. It's always, if you feel like you're nervous and you don't belong, that's when you're doing the right thing. I promise you, it'll help in the long run. Being a leader inspires a lot of people, but some people that do not want to admit this, but I'm guilty of it myself. It's kind of hard to admit you want to be a leader. It's tough, it's challenging, but you can do it. Growing up, I have always been told, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. There's so much truth in that. Always lead by example in every situation. And at the end of the day, we should all be leaders. And I hope everyone chooses to spread joy and happiness in your day-to-day life, no matter at home, at school, no matter where you are. Always choose to spread joy. Thank you for listening to my import on the importance of leadership.